Hey there, welcome to the bAmplified podcast. I'm Amy Patee, the show host. Thanks for tuning in today. And if you're new here, this is a show for conscious, soulful female entrepreneurs who want to let their energy lead. We talk energetics, we talk human design, and we also talk strategy and really how to allow your tangible strategies to be infused with you and your energy and how you are naturally designed to operate in this world, which then allows you to do your work, to do your great work in the world without burnout, without exhaustion, and with a lot more sense of ease and flow and alignment and satisfaction. So if that resonates with you, stick around, hit subscribe, and join us for this journey. Today, I wanted to talk about how I work with my one-on-one clients over a period of 3 months to really help them grow their business in a very soul-aligned way. I wanted to walk you through this process, one, so that if you're interested in receiving this kind of support, you have a little preview of what it's like to work with me. And by the way, I do have a couple openings right now for one-on-one mentorship clients. So there's a link in the show notes if you're curious about receiving some one-on-one support. But also, as I walk you through this process, you will likely have some key takeaways that you can instantly bring to your own business and begin to tweak some things to bring everything that you're doing into more flow and to uplevel the work that you are doing in the world. I work with individuals one-on-one over a 3-month period of time. And of course, I have some clients who I've worked with for years, to be honest. And sometimes we work once a week, sometimes we work once a month. But my package currently, I have a one-on-one bAmplified mentorship package. This is a 3-month journey. We could call it a 3-month intensive, where typically I work with most people 2 times a month. Sometimes we end up working 3 times a month. Sometimes we end up working 1 time a month, depending on their schedule and life. But over the course of 3 months, we can usually make a lot happen. And yes, you can have a lot of transformation in just one session. I do one-off business catalyst sessions with people, and a lot can happen in those sessions. But what I often find is that when you do the one-off session with me, you are going to get a lot of clarity. You're likely going to receive a to-do list of things that you need to implement to move your business into the next level. You'll receive some insights that might give you extra motivation and confidence for stepping forward in the direction that you really feel aligned with. But the implementation is on you, right? You really have to be a DIY kind of person and be willing to hold yourself accountable and to actually take steps forward and make those changes in your business to see the change. And that's where things can fall off a little bit because we're all busy, and without the right support, sometimes it's hard to take these leaps in your business and in your life. And so this is where something like my one-on-one 3-month container can be so useful, because I'm there with you over the course of 3 months, really holding you accountable and helping you take the steps into your next level. And that support is, in my mind, just so essential. And when I have that time with people, changes really do happen, because change does take time. It takes time. And to really grow your business, it takes time. Even though many of us have received the messaging out there in the world that you can have overnight success, right? All of a sudden, you're just making millions of dollars. In my world, and after 25 plus years of being an entrepreneur, that's not how it happens. Maybe on rare occurrences, once in a great while that happens, but typically it's putting one foot in front of the next, and really building your success over time by showing up, being consistent, refining your craft, right, your mastery, and putting in the hours, putting in the sweat, putting in the labor putting in the devotion to what it is that you're doing to actually elevate and make things happen. Okay, so anyway, getting back to what this 3-month container looks like and what are the steps that we go through. So, usually within the first session, we break it all down. The first session is really where I begin to take in the landscape of the other person's business. And I ask a lot of questions, and some of the core questions that I'm going to be asking are, where are you stuck? Where do you want to be? What do you think your biggest hangup is right now? And what is the number one goal for what you want to be moving towards? And so those are important questions for you to ask yourself at least once a year, but I recommend quarterly. Sitting down, having a date with yourself, or you could, join my mentorship and have a date with me, but having a date with yourself where you ask yourself those questions. Where am I currently stuck in my business? Where do I feel flatlined? Where are things difficult right now? Where am I struggling? And where do I want to be? What's my vision for my business? Where do I see myself in 6 months, in a year, in 5 years? And what's holding me back from that vision? What's missing? Where do I need support? And really, what is the big goal right now? Oftentimes, I love to hear what the financial goal is because you're in business for yourself. So making money is key. It's important. What's your big goal? And once I hear all of that information and I, really start to take in that person's business, I kind of get the lay of the land. I look at their website, I look at their social, and I ask those questions. And usually there's lots of other questions that come through during this first session. I start to see the pathway and the way that I am built. And this is really in my human design. I am a visionary and I'm an innovator. When people bring me their mess, their confusion, their stuckness, I see the way out. I see the future vision of where they're headed, where they can go based on their potential, and I can begin to piece together the steps to get there. So that's where my magic lies. And so in that first session, we're getting the lay of the land, and I begin to fill in those blanks. Oh, okay, so this is where you're headed. This is the vision. This is how we're going to get there. These are the changes that are going to have to take place. We're going to map this out. In each session, we're going to take action to begin to bring that vision to life, to bring it into this moment, to bring it alive. So that all happens typically in the first session. Then in the second session, often we will dive into their human design. And this is to help the person I'm working with understand deeply their magic and to also see how they are literally coded for success, how they are coded internally for abundance so that we can lean into their natural energy as we begin to build out their business in a more aligned way. And that can typically take up the entire second session, but I usually include a little time where we, check in on what we covered in the previous session. If there were any to-dos, I check in on those to see where things are at. We also do a little planning for the third session. And by the way, all of this is tracked in a Google Doc. That seems to be the thing that works best right now for most people. So after every session, I write up notes of everything that we covered. I write up next steps. The person I'm working with has access to that Google Doc. They can ask me questions through that Google Doc. They can, of course, send me an email or they can send me a voice note as well. There's lots of ways that we communicate in between sessions to keep the momentum building. And then in the third session, again, this really varies from person to person. And really, this is the third session, the fourth session, the fifth and sixth session. We are progressing. We are moving forward. We are taking big actions to grow the business, to elevate my client's level of success. And so this might be, again, changing things on the website. It might be implementing a new marketing strategy. Sometimes we have to do deep inner energy clearing because there are energetic blocks possibly standing in my client's way of making more money, attracting more clients, whatever it is. And I bring that to the table as well. I do an intuitive energy clearing technique where I really can help people let go of the noise that is not serving them, the energetic baggage that they might be carrying that doesn't serve their success and what they're going for. Typically, by the end of the 6 sessions, the person I'm working with and their business are in a brand new place. And they have a strategy for moving forward to continue on their own. And like I said, sometimes clients keep working with me because having a guide, having a mentor, having a support system to help you with your business is so important. And sometimes you need somebody to bounce ideas off of. Sometimes you need somebody to hold the big vision. Sometimes you need somebody to help you clean up the mess or untangle the mess and bring clarity to all of it. So that's what I offer my clients through this mentorship. All of this is what it takes really to, again, transform your business, to up level in your business, to make more money. And it starts with you having clarity, if we just go back to the very beginning, around those questions. Where are you stuck right now in your business? And do you know how to get unstuck? And if you don't, find support. Right? That could be me, but there's lots of coaches, there's lots of experts out there that can help you with your business. But find somebody who can actually help you get unstuck, because you don't want to keep doing the same thing that is not producing the results that you need. So where are you stuck? Where do you want to be? Why aren't you there now? And what's a big goal for yourself? What's a big goal that you have for your business? Mapping all of that out, answering those questions, and mapping out the next level of your business is key for you to take leaps and bounds in the direction that you want. As an entrepreneur, as a solopreneur, I know many of you that listen in are solopreneurs, meaning you don't have a team of people helping you with these steps. It requires work, right? It requires work to get our businesses going and to be successful. So if you are able to somehow have a support team, join a mastermind, do one-on-one work, that can be the game changer that you actually really need in your business to take it to the next level. I see for so many people, they are just spinning their wheels and there's no momentum and they can't seem to get to that next level. And sometimes people just give up. They move on to the next idea and they try something different, or they go get a job. And sometimes that's right. Sometimes that's the right path. Don't get me wrong. But I also know that before you decide to give up, or before you just settle and decide this is just how my business flows, get some support, get some help. Understand that if you're the only one in your business doing all the things, you likely have some weak spots, right? There are things that you're not good at because you're not meant to be good at everything. You have a very unique, specific skill set to run all the parts of your business and to understand how to move your business forward in all the different ways is probably not something that you entirely can do on your own. Support is key. Get support, be open to support. You don't always have to pay for support. You can even watch a video on YouTube sometimes and have a breakthrough that way. I've done that many times. All right, that's all I've got for you today. And I hope this was helpful just to kind of hear how I guide people through a transformative process in relation to their business. Like I said, I do have a couple open spots right now in my one-on-one mentorship program. So if you are like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing to have that kind of support. I feel like I'm on the edge of some kind of big up level, but I'm missing something. I could help you. I could support you with that. So follow the link in the show notes to learn more. You can also check out all of the different upcoming offerings that I have going on this fall. I would love to have you join. And you can always DM me on Instagram or send me an email and let me know how things are going for you and your business. And if you have any questions, also reach out. I respond personally to all of them. All right. Thanks again for being here today. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next episode.